Hey, Steel App 2040. Hello, Soul Tribe. Tracy here with Sweet Spot Magazine. Thank you so very much for the likes, shares, views, subscribes, comments, donations, everything. I appreciate it all. We're going to ring the bell. We're going to clear out this energy, and then we'll see what the message the Spirit has for us this evening. During the pre-shuffle, somebody felt really special, felt like they were like above everyone else. They felt like they were chosen. But then something happened and they found out they were being targeted and used. Bottom of the deck. Worthiness and truth. Yeah, maybe it's time for someone to recognize their worth. I mean, it is truthful. Hey, Beatrice. Hey, K Hypey. It's like it was time for someone to level up. And they already felt like they were leveled up because, like I said, this person, they felt like they're above mere people, lowly people. Okay, good. All right, great. All right, good. I'm glad that you got it, K Hypey. Yeah, something is coming out that this person, it's time for this person to give up on something. It's time for them to let it go because it's not like they thought, this person was trying to be a little bit of a show off. Well, maybe not a little bit. They were being a show off. And when it came time for them to kind of rein that in, it's like they didn't want to. They didn't want to because this person felt like they could manifest anything. Like, if I ruled the world, that's the song I'm hearing. I did, y'all know I don't know the words. Something, if I ruled the world. And that's kind of how that person was feeling. Kind of like they had a spot that couldn't be replaced. What's the message, Spirit? What's the message? Okay, Hypey, does it fit okay? I wasn't sure how big your wrists were. You didn't look like you had really thick wrists, but you don't look like you had really thin wrists either. What's the message, Spirit? And if everyone does not know, or for who, if anyone's even interested, I just make bracelets, not really for money or anything like that, because I'm busy enough, but, sometimes it's like if I feel like someone needs some protection, I try and do that. What's the message? Awakening and creativity. Someone is awakening to something that was going on. It was like something not that they did, but something that was going on. Maybe people around them. But whatever's happening, someone is awakening to it. And they don't know who started it, but they know something is happening. It's like this person, it's like they thought they were in an equal give and take type of partnership or family or group or whatever this is. And that was their desire, to be needed, to be wanted, to be accepted. Everybody knew that somebody got pleasure out of doing whatever it was that this group was doing. And this person felt so confident, they didn't give a shit what they said, how they said it, because they just knew that they was wearing some type of crown. Maybe it's like the emperor's new clothes type of crown, invisible and only visible to those that were trying to sucker somebody. But somebody felt like they could say whatever it is that they wanted to say to you. I don't care. You ain't nobody. You just a low-level person. Take your little complaining somewhere else. Don't nobody give a shit what I say to you and how I say it. But now they're realizing they sabotaged themselves when they said that. And you talk about being knocked down to size and being humbled. Now somebody is humbled. Now they in grief, and they understand that they should have surrendered that little egotistical attitude where they thought that they was just a shit, where they could go to the bathroom with their door open and everybody would be like, is there like roses and lavender in here? No, somebody had to find out the hard way that their shit stinks too. It's a little loose. Okay. Okay, all right. All right. Yeah, somebody wasn't using their intuition when it came to you. They weren't. But it's like this person, they felt comfortable enough to speak down to you or to try and belittle you because they didn't see all that you had been through. They didn't know that you was a healer. They didn't know that they was actually going to need you. They, in fact, in their mind, they said they'll never need you. But how things change, just like the seasons, how things change. And that one person that they said that they would never need, that's the one that they want to be connected to because that's the one that they need. So now it's time for this person to have to level up. What else, Spirit? It's time for someone to have to level up because it's time for them to understand, there's a purpose for their life. They have a role that they need to guide into, fall into, slip into, elevate into. Yeah, it's like somebody they thought, how, and we all do it. We've all put our foot in our mouth, where we think that, we could say anything. It's just so-and-so. It ain't no one, it's just so-and-so. That's when we were wearing those masks and we're not actually being true to ourselves. We're not treating people like people. We're treating people like garbage. In fact, some people treat their animals better than they treat people, which I feel like you should treat them all the same. Anything with a heartbeat. Now this person, they've taken that mask off. They had no choice but to take the mask off because that mask wasn't actually taken off. It was ripped off their face. And now they want forgiveness. They want forgiveness, but they're also really pissed at those people because those people raised them up to think that they were all of this and all of that. Like they held the key to the city or the country, only to find out that not only did those people not care, but they left this person alone, all alone, after they got what they wanted. And like I said, this person, they were resisting you. They were resistant to change. Hey, Miss Pretty Girl Swag. Hey, Janae. How are you? My pleasure. A bracelet? I don't have a problem doing that. Email me. My email is in the description box below, okay? What's the message? What's the message? Yeah, somebody was just wearing a mask. Like I said, it was time for them. Like I said, they didn't know that the mask was going to be ripped off. And it's like I said, somebody was built up. People was like, oh, you the man, you the woman, you the man, you the woman, whoever. And then whenever they felt like, my feet aren't even touching the ground anymore. I'm levitating. Oh my gosh. Look at me, y'all. That's when they ripped the mask off. That's when somebody fell down. And they're waiting. So like, okay, aren't y'all going to help me up? And everybody was like, gone. They didn't want to be around that person. They wanted to use that person. They didn't want to really help that person or lift up that person. They wanted to let that person know, we used you and you fell for it. Let's see what the Kipper has to say. Bottom of the deck. Yes. Somebody was left out in the cold. It's like after they took this trip, after they went in this particular direction because they thought that they was going to get this unexpected income or this privilege. They thought they was going to get this this name, this title, something that meant something if they hung out and was a part of that group. But instead, they are in despair. In despair for how they treated you. They were supposed to be with you. They were supposed to have been your partner. It doesn't have to be a lover. It could have been like a family member, somebody they were supposed to have a relationship with. Hey, Steve, how are you? And now somebody, like they have to go, somebody's going to spiritual court. Somebody's going to spiritual court. I feel like this person actually has to go to spiritual court. After all that, after the mask being ripped off and this person falling up to the ground and being humbled and being left alone, now this person has to go to spiritual court because of how they treated you. Like they were doing the most to you before, when they was hanging out with that crew, with that family, and it was like a secret. It was like a secret. But I don't know if it was you, collective, or if it was one of your ancestors, one of your spirit guides. Somebody official stepped in. And maybe this is why this mask was ripped off of this person, because it was time for this person to have to be held accountable for their actions. And yes, they are being held accountable for their actions because they played you. So this is them being held accountable for their actions for what they did to you. See, this person didn't realize, baby, you was the gift. And they did all that. They was saying all that. They was doing all that. And now look at them. Now they need you. And they don't even know if you're going to be there. They expect you to be there. They expect you to at least talk to them, at least have a conversation. They expect you to do something because they know you are of high honor. So somebody wants to send a message to you. It's like they want to send a message and they want to let you know that, hey, I'm ready to commit. I'm ready to commit to you. I'm ready for us to start this over. And they want to do this soon. They want to get on this path with you soon. And it's because this person is broke. They was used and they were used up. They have nothing. They have nothing. And they're concerned because they absolutely positively have nothing. This person, like I said, they was left without anything except their feelings. That's what they were left with. And this person is feeling it. They going through it. It's like this could have been, they're going through it. This could have been your child. It could have been somebody with a child. This could have been a child, of somebody who was doing this. But I feel like it was the main guy who was doing this, the one who was in charge of like the community and or the family, and the one who was the driving force, the one who was always like, yeah, this is what we're gonna do. That's this person. This person is now getting this message of concern, because it's almost like they're finding out that who they left, who they let fall, it's like they just wanted this person just to be around them long enough to watch that relationship between you and them sever. And then once that relationship was over, they was done. They did what they needed to do. So they worked hard. They worked hard to get what they wanted. And then once they got what they wanted, then they wanted to go on their own way. I was like, I don't need you anymore. I'm good. So that wealthy man who thought that he was just the bee's knees, he worked so hard and tirelessly for nothing. All of that he thought that he had, it changed within a heartbeat. Like they say, what a difference a day makes. And now this person is in their thoughts. And they're thinking about their role in this family. And they're thinking about this other woman who was somebody that was a false person, that was also responsible. Hey, Addie, how are you? What you say, Steve? Oh, wow. I am good, thank you. What's the message, Spirit? Yeah, this privileged lady is the official person. That's the official person. And someone felt like the privileged lady should have been locked up because they were still listening to the crowd. But now it's like they know that they should have listened to the crowd. Now this person is like they say, sick to death. They like so sick of this decision that they made, and they expect times to get tough. They expect things to be really hard for them moving forward. They do. Because it's like, instead somebody could have just handled something gracefully, or they could have been a lot more, they could have been a lot kinder. They could have put themselves in that position, in that person's position. Like, if that were me and I was being treated like that, would I want everybody to jump on board? Would I want someone to talk to me like that, to be disrespectful, or would I want people to be kind? See, this is what we're missing. This is what we forget when we interact with people that have heartbeats and blood and feelings and emotions and a brain and everything else, responsibilities in life, just like us. We forget that we want someone to be kind to us. Hey, Aura, how are you? So it's time for us to be kind to people. This is a lesson that this person has to learn. It's like they have to learn that, like they say, ain't no mountain high enough. There's maybe that's not the right song, but that's what I'm hearing. Like somebody has to learn something, about how to treat people. Things are changing. Everything is changing in this family. Everything is changed in this family because it's like now that somebody's aware of what this woman was working on, things are totally different. What's the message, Spirit? Now that somebody knows that you are the privileged lady, the official privileged lady, things are different. And you know what? It's just the energy. Yeah. See, it's like it's a blessing that this relationship didn't work or didn't happen, because now someone is seeing that was just a false. It is just like it's a blessing that this couple didn't work or turned their back or wasn't the people that somebody thought that they were, because now to find out it's like these were just false people. Yeah, because somebody, it's like they had to make a judgment call about who these people really were. What kind of people were they truly in their heart, in their soul? What's the message, Spirit? Something about this mature woman, she keeps trying to pop out. She's not saying anything. She just wants to be seen. And maybe that's her that is expecting this bad health. Or maybe she's already experiencing bad health. And it's like maybe she's having these expectations. Somebody's in their thoughts and they're really concerned. Somebody got a message. And it may be from this mature woman. This mature woman sent somebody a message and was like, I really need some help. I could really use some help or something. To possibly this lover, thinking that this somebody will give her, a handout, a gift, some help. Yeah, somebody was expecting somebody maybe in that family to give somebody some help, because she was like, I'm doing really bad. I don't know why I'm seeing this, but what was the guy, Dave Chappelle? He was like, I don't know why. Which is one thing you don't know about me, Joe Rogan? I smoke rock. I don't know why I was picturing that. Somebody like, I need some help. I don't know what. I don't know. You can help me out, can't you? That's what I'm seeing. But I feel like somebody had to make a judgment call. Like, am I going to continue to do this? Because somebody sees that it's like it's not a good situation. It's definitely not a good situation. Somebody just wanted some money. They just wanted a handout. That's it. Because this is still a false person. They just wanted a handout. Let's see what the tarot is talking about. 10 of Wands. Somebody's experiencing some issues. I feel like this person that was had this hard fall from grace. Whoever this is, it's like they're having to. This is what they have to do. This is what they're going to have to carry these burdens. Somebody has to work on their spirituality. They have to work on getting closer to God. They have to work on releasing. They have to work on apologizing for these deeds that they were doing. Somebody has some things that they need to work on. Sasha, wake up, baby. Hey, little girl. Hey. Wake up, baby. She was starting to dream. Tasha. Hey, baby. What's the message, Spirit? Hey, what you doing? Are you sleeping? Hmm? You sleeping? What's the message? Sasha, you okay, baby? Huh? Okay, going back to sleep. She's looking at me like, I'm trying to take a nap. Damn it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Mm. Oh, look who's here. The devil. I feel like that's who somebody was just dealing with, was the devil. Yeah. It's like they saw this person, they saw this group, this family for who they really are. And they see you for who you really are too. And you know what? You told them the truth. You showed them and you told them. And this is why they are carrying these burdens, because they still wanted to work with this same group, not knowing shit about this group, not knowing what the real deal was, not knowing what they really had in store for this person. And now this person is seeing what it was. They did all that gossiping, those rumors, those lies. They did all that slander and shit about you. And this group, they wanted them to do that. They wanted them. They was like, yeah, what else? What else? Say it all. Give it all to us. Only for somebody to put themselves in this position. Because they thought they was the star. They did. And they thought that they could do whatever. Like I'll just give you a little bit and you'll be good. So that's what somebody thought that they could give to you. This little cup of a quarter bit of love. Only to find out that now this is the person who wants a whole cup of love. Because now it's like they're the ones whose heart is broken. Because all those tricks that those people were playing on, having this person do to you, now it's all coming back on them. This is something that they worked up to. This is something that they were working towards for a while. Now this person sees you were their prize. That like, why was they doing all of this? And like I said, that they put themselves in this hangman position. They sacrificed themselves. And look, while they was in that hangman position for however long, they was losing all their money. Look at all the money falling out this person's pocket. And they had no idea. Now they know this is why they only have a little bit left. It was time somebody woke up. It was time somebody made a judgment call. It was time for somebody to see life for what it really is. And those people for who they really are not. Confirmation. Coven is right, Steve. Yeah, somebody, they thought that they was going to be able to get away with something. They had a great idea and they was just going to, do this and everything was going to be great for them. But come to find out, it wasn't a great idea and they didn't get justice. Not when the devil is involved. Because anytime the devil tries to urge you to do something like, hey, jump off this cliff, and you're like, that cliff? Give me 50 feet. Yeah. So now somebody is walking around and they truly do feel like a fool because they jumped off the cliff. And now they have to sit by themselves. They are sitting by themselves. But I'm going to tell you something. This person is watching you. It's like now that this person is kind of stoic right now. They're quiet. They're thinking. They're planning. They are they are so in their head, but it's not like it's Not like it's driving them crazy or anything. This person is really thinking about their options. This person is thinking about how to get out of this situation for sure. But I also kind of feel like this person is thinking about, for some reason, how to get back at somebody. Yeah, it's like this person is thinking about, they want to argue with somebody, but they want to take this person down. They want this person to be taken down, because this is something that somebody they've known for a while. This could be like their family members or something. This is somebody they've known forever, and they trusted this person. They felt like somebody was to be trusted, that they were solid, that they were balanced, that they were good people. They felt like that, only to find out that they weren't. So now I feel like somebody wants to think about some things, but for some reason, I think they want to kind of like seek some revenge. This is some new opportunities coming. This is a big opportunity. Oh, and this may be this is like somebody feeling like the opportunity has come for them to get that revenge. I don't know why I'm feeling like this, but revenge is never the way to go. Let God do it. Seriously, let God do it. But they feel like this big like they know this big opportunity is coming, and they know when they have to strike. They're like, everybody's gonna be at they're having a family get together at Del Taco, and that's when I'm gonna go. Something like wanting to, because sometimes when you get so pissed off at people, because somebody's playing you, but for whatever reason we want to stay there. We think, no, it's just my mind's playing tricks on me. No, your mind is not. Your mind is letting you know, run, fool, run. When it's so apparent, glaringly apparent, that we are being played for a fool, our first instinct, if we're not healed, is I want revenge. Hey, Saida. But they're going to find out that somebody's going to be able to protect themselves. And not only that, but that person would end up calling the police on them. So revenge is not the way to go. This is why somebody just needs to walk away. But see, this person doesn't realize, if they just turn around, if they just walk away and leave those people that they were arguing with behind, they're going to run into everything that they always wanted. It's like they have to leave behind what does not work in order for them to be able to receive what's meant for them. You see, this entails them, or calls for them to have to use their own intuition, to have to follow God. It's not so much of them thinking, well, I'm going to do it my way. No, don't do it your way. Let God handle that. Hey, Marion. Yes, God sees everything that was done. Who did it? Why they did it? How they did it? What kind of nonsense this was. God saw it all. And that's when somebody needs to allow God to handle it. This person just needs to work on themselves, work on closing these chapters, work on, whatever this person needs to work on, that's what they need to do. And then you know what? They don't need to talk about it. Don't gossip, don't talk, don't do none of that. Just let it all go. That's the hard part, is letting it go. Because we feel like we have to do something to save face. But that's our ego talking. If we do nothing, we just choose to do absolutely nothing, then people usually burn themselves out. They play themselves. Because if we're doing nothing, they're like looking at us like, how come you ain't doing nothing? Confirmation, hold back. Don't show your hand. Judgment is coming. Trust me. These people are being looked at very closely. Very closely. Everybody can see that snake. So there's nothing that someone has to do except heal. That's it. Right. It is all about the journey, not the destination. Correct, Addie. Thank you so much. Yep. Yeah, somebody is pissed off. They pissed off about their money. I think that's the biggest part that they're really pissed about is the money. Because they're sitting there looking at like, I had this much and now I only got this much, and they trying to juggle it. They trying to juggle whatever they have left. But once again, it's like this judgment call was made. This person had to wake up, and they had to realize that, hey, it was that group that you thought was so cool. Now that you understand that that group was not cool. It was this person that had them, get themselves caught up. It was following this person's lead. Like, oh, do this, do it like that, do it like that. But this person knows that instead of them being away from you or ghosting you, they should have been with you. They know this now. Because you know what? You always gave them love. You always gave them the respect, the kindness, the assistance, the help. You were always there. There was not one time that you left that person. And this person is thinking about this. Your loyalty throughout all of this. This person is going through this dark night of the soul right now, thinking about your loyalty and what that one word, that word actually means. It's only a few letters, but it's a monumental word. It means a lot. I don't think somebody takes you for granted any longer. I really don't. Yeah, because somebody wants to equally give to you. They're thinking about how they shorted you out. But they realized they wasn't shorting you out. They shorted themselves when they tried to short you out. Yes. And you know what? This person did not even want you to be able to make it. Isn't that fucked up? They didn't want you to be able to make it. But you know what? They realized that not only did you survive this battle, not only did you learn how to protect yourself, but you also brought light onto the situation. You also made everybody else aware. But somebody's trying to travel towards you. Somebody wants to travel towards you, but I think that they're going to get a rude awakening. Because I don't feel like you're going to invite them in your home. It'd be fucked up if somebody came from a long distance, states away, and came up to the house thinking, ding dong, I'm just going to come in. They'll let me in because I'm not from here. And the person's like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but you should have called. I would have called first. I would have told you not to come. They understand that, you know what, you have your boundaries up against this family. Because this family was not a family to you. You had to have your boundaries up. And now there's the same person who put themselves in this hangman position. They want to come back. They want to apologize. They want to have a conversation with you. because they didn't know who you were, but they knew that they was, for whatever reason, against you. They knew that there was lies and secrets being told about you. But now it's like when you wake up after sleeping for so long and you realize, oh, that shit was a fucking lie. Who do you get mad at? See, this is somebody realizing, that they have to walk away just like you walked away. It's in their best interest. Yeah, Addie, this girl is knocked out. She's had a rough day. She's been on a punishment all day. She knows her mama does not play. What's the message? Tasha. I think she's really tired. Hey, little girl. Yeah. Yep. This King of Pentacles. This is somebody who, was part of the family, but this is somebody that you knew, your intuition was guiding you about. You knew the truth about this person. You did. Your intuition had been talking to you ever since you was a kid. And you know what? It's like you even went through your own regret, your own sadness, especially whenever somebody found out that they needed to leave. They had to go on their own path. But whenever you went on your own path, that was like the end of you having tower moments with these people, though. That's what it was. It's like whenever you went on your own path, that's whenever all the madness stopped for you. Now somebody's like they are learning this. They're willing to accept this. They're still young. They're still young in the spirit, though. This is somebody who's young in the spirit, but they're still working. They're working to, and I don't mean like young as in age wise. I'm talking like life path. They're still young, but this is somebody who has a lot more lives to go and a lot more lessons to go. But they're realizing the lessons that they had to learn that they should never, ever forget is when you cross God, when you cross God's angels, when you cross God's earth angels, archangels, spirit guides, anything sent from the Most High above, you hurt yourself. You hurt you, your lineage, your inheritance. You hurt you. And I think this is the message that people need to understand about people. Is when you're so busy trying to hurt somebody else, you don't realize you're just hurting yourself. What else, Spirit? Yeah, somebody had a fall from grace and they feel like they'll never recover. I'm telling you, this person feels like they will never recover because it has to do with this family. And I feel like you may have been part of a family, or this person looked at you like family or whatever. But, somebody is realizing that they'll never be able to recover, especially if they lost everybody. Only because at least they had you. At least they had one. But, whenever they gave that one their ass to kiss, and that one left, and then everybody else saw that that one left, and everybody else said, well, that's enough for us. All right, well, see you. And you're like, wait, what? Wait. No. I just told that one to kiss my ass. You fell for it. Bye, dummy. That's why somebody feels like, oh my God, what did I do? I will never be able to recover because somebody forgot to notice that you was a person. Somebody forgot to notice that you had a heartbeat, that you had feelings, that you was not dumb. You were actually really intelligent. You were smart enough to leave. They was the dumb one to stay. Somebody wants to, I'm telling you, somebody, they feel like they're working, they feel like they have to start all over, but they don't want anyone to know. They want it to be kept quiet, while they build on their confidence and get things moving in their favor again, get the wheel of fortune to turn in their favor again. This is somebody who they don't want to fight. They are so tired of this battle. They just want to heal. That's what they want to do. They want to like give it to God and heal. What's the message, Spirit? Thank you. Yeah. And I feel like they want to be very selective on who they work with, too. Yes, because they don't want no more of this shit. They had it with this. They're like, I'm good. I'm good. And it's like I don't like to talk about witches and warlocks, but that shit really does exist. And people sit there and go, I am not a witch. But did you see Susie? Okay, well, what is that shit you doing? It's not just gossiping. You sitting here casting spells, spreading lies, rumors. That's that witch shit. You sitting here talking about somebody, and then you're not talking in front of them. You're not having them there in conversation, but you trying to get the gang together to kind of go up against somebody. That's what a witch does. They don't sit there and say, I'm going to put a spell on you. Hold still while I swing this little stick thing. They don't do that. They go back in the shadows. They go in the, underneath the moon. They go at night in the forest and, whatever. Yeah, this person, they don't want to deal with this person anymore. They only want to deal with you because, like I said, this person sees that you are a star. You was the one that they should have been with. Instead of them trying to ghost you, they should have been hanging on you, trying to ride your coattails. It has something to do with maybe this is somebody's mother, this is somebody's wife. But whoever it is, it was like this emperor was the one who was the warlock that was spreading these lies and rumors and shit. They was doing it too. There was two. That witch and that warlock. And I'm telling you, this is why this person was so confused. Because see, they was given all these lies. They was told that, you just wait. It's coming. It's coming. Don't go nowhere. Don't you move off of that. It's coming. It's coming. And then whenever they thought that they needed somebody, there was nobody there. Whereas they did have somebody, they just didn't appreciate who they had. Somebody, because I feel like, sometimes people, they will, can't imagine, oh, golly. But, sometimes people will sit here and know that or feel that they're making the best decision without thinking about the best decision. What's the message, Spirit? I was going to say something else. That wasn't it, but what else, Spirit? Anything else from this deck? Okay. Yeah, something that somebody was working on. I feel like this person feels like it was a lot of wasted time and energy, because shit just didn't pan out. Nothing panned out. They didn't move forward like they thought. They thought that they was going to be moving forward. They was going to be doing some things. They was going to have their name up in lights. They was going to be looked at as the leader, because all they got to do is just get past you and your little self, go on with yourself, go on so I can kick yourself, They thought it was going to happen like that, but it didn't. They got played. They got totally played. They thought they was being chosen for the position, baby. Like they was next to God. Only to find out that they was singled out. They was singled out, baby. Now they realize there was a difference. Now they realize they should have paid attention. They should have opened up their eyes. They should have used their intuition. They should have used some discernment. They should have, they could have, but they didn't. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, but I didn't. I don't know. Somebody that's like their energy is feeling kind of low today because I feel my energy is low. I don't want you barking out there. No. Stop it. What's the message? Yeah, somebody just wants to be able to rest soundly. That's it. They just want to be able to go to sleep. I feel like this person hasn't been asleep for a while, like a good night's sleep. And they're looking at you and they're shocked because it seems like you always bounce back. Yes, baby. They just want to be in that sweet spot where intention meets the flow of spirit. That's where they want to be. What you need? Wait a minute. Just a minute. I'm not going to put you out there right now. No. What's the message? Yeah, see, you broke the curse that they put on you, and they didn't realize it went back on them. That's why they're experiencing this. Because, see, they didn't realize that you wake up every morning, you like, return the sender times 10. Oh, let me get up. And that might be the first thing that you do to try and make sure that you clear your energy from these grimy asses. Yes, them grimy asses, the devil. And them 304s, them hoes. See? And them pieces of shit. Damn. And see, they were not fair to you. They weren't. But it's okay because your ancestors are handling that ass. And they do not know how you evaded their schemes. They have no clue. This could have been something that happened back in February or was coming February. See. Oh. And your parents called you weak. Ain't that something? Your parents called you weak. But I'm going to tell you how weak they were if they said that to you. They didn't say it to your face. So who's the weak one? Because if you were strong, you'd have been strong. You'd have come up to my face and said, oh, you weak. But they didn't. But they said, let's not, but act like we did. Because they didn't have that strength. I hear a plane flying, y'all. It's 55 minutes and 7 seconds. So if the internet goes out, that's it. See, the lies were running deep. The lies are running deep. Hold down. What else, Spirit? Yeah, this person's energy feels low. Somebody's rotten on it from the inside out. And maybe that's how they feel like it's happening to them. You know? Something about somebody needs to pray. They need some balance in their life, and they actually need to pray. Yeah, because nobody believes them anymore. And their little plan fell apart. And they are so mad at this liar. They even look like a bully. And either something happened this past July or it's getting ready to happen this coming July. But somebody's out here looking like a whole clown. Damn. You know? And their shit is falling down so fast. There's like a big ass crack right in the middle of their foundation. Their shit is falling down too fast. Anything else? Anything else? Well, I hope that this person is okay. Because I'm telling you, I feel like my energy is low. Like, you know how you feel melancholy? That's how I'm feeling. Like, oh, damn. And at first I thought it was my, Sasha poo. But she woke up from her nap and she wanted to go work out there. Because this person, they tried to play in your energy, but they're afraid of the demons that they summon. Oops. And somebody is moving quickly towards death. Oh, that's kind of scary with that demon that somebody summoned. Because their lies are exposed. Damn. What y'all doing? What y'all got going on? Shit. I saw that magician. See, this warlock was trying to do some spells and some curses in September. But somebody's getting karma. Somebody's getting some justice. All right, y'all. I'm going to leave it right there. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I hope that this person is okay. I wanted to, let me see. Janae. All right, Janae, I'll be looking for an email from you, okay? All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and close this down. I need to clear my energy. I'm going to sage myself, and make sure that I'm feeling pretty good tomorrow morning. And because I don't know, I'm just going to say a prayer for whoever this resonated for. All right, y'all. I love y'all, and I will see you in the morning. Good night.